Guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming out of the Pokemon sales data video. There's not a ton to go over today, but there is some interesting things with Blaine's Charizard, first edition PSA 10 from the Gym Challenge one. I'll start with base set. We have a Charizard Unlimited PSA 7, sell for $700. A Charizard first edition PSA 9, hell of a retrace here. The highest bid was $37,500, so this has retraced over $22,000. And not only that, but the buyer that had that highest bid did not pay. He is the same buyer that forced me to run up my bid on the first edition BGS 9 Charizard at his Instagram handle is Pokemon card _99. Likes to shill bid. Just something I think everyone should be aware of. And it is a outside. Yeah, I just think that's the wrong thing to do. Just wanted to call him out. Outside of that, we have a Squirtle and a Charmander, both first edition, both PSA 10. Together, sold for a total of $5,000. I think that's a little undervalued, so whoever got that, great deal. Okay, all right, so continuing with base. Magneton first edition PSA 10, sold for $14,000. A Poliwrath first edition PSA 10, sold for $30,000. Those are both record price points. Poliwrath, usually not the most popular Pokemon, but because I think there's under 100 PSA 10 copies, it is extraordinarily rare, extraordinarily hard to find, because let's say, 10 of them, let's say 10 complete base sets, those guys are not selling. They're not breaking up their set. So really, if there's 100, there's really only 90 available out there somewhere. That's not a lot at all. First edition base set, that's so little. So it's no surprise to me. It's people like a lot of people were saying that's really, really high for an unpopular card, and I get that. But the reason for that is because it's so rare, it's hard to grade, and it's something that just doesn't appear very often. That and Hitmonchan. Hitmonchan, same thing. Speaking of Hitmonchan, first edition PSA 9 sold for $4,200, incredibly undervalued. That should be 10 grand in my opinion, just because of how hard to grade that card is in PSA 10. There's less than 80 copies, I think, and it's hard to grade because it's very, very playable. So when you had those cards back in the day, Hitmonchan is those two attacks, just boom, boom. All you need is one energy for one attack, and then you need 3 energies for the other. So it's got good health. He's got good health, good attack, good strong fighting Pokemon, and you don't have to evolve them. It's something that's very, very good. I thoroughly enjoy that card, and whenever I play, I always have him in there. That's just very, very playable. Now, Gym Challenge. Here's what I don't want to say the drama, because it's not really drama. There was someone that had mentioned on E4, says, okay, what's the deal going on with Blaine's Charizard? Because I've seen auctions that end at like $3,800 and $4,600 for PSA 10. That was months ago. Now we're seeing the 9s that are going for $4,500. And they're correct. A lot of these sales have been private sales. The only public or publicity that these sales have gotten have been me or anyone else that talks about it online. We've had one sell for 10 grand. One sell for $11,500 and one sell for $13,000. And because there were so many people that said, oh my God, let me sell, let me get 5 figures for this card. Okay, fair point if you want. So people put it up for like 20 because they're going above what market value is, 18, 17, 15, down to 14, 13. This guy had it on sale for $10,000, and if I had the money, I would have bought that, because that's super undervalued in my opinion. But I tried, okay, let me see what it'll take. 5 grand, auto decline. 5,500, auto decline. 6 grand. Huh, all right, it's sent. He counters with 9,300. I counter with 6,400. He counters with 9 grand. I counter with 6,900. 6.9K, because I had to do 69 for the lols. It was nice. And I was like, dude, if he accepts this, I'm like, come on, 69, it's a rude number, let's go. And then he sold it for $8,500. I talked to the guy that did buy it. He's like, yeah, this is stupid undervalued. I bought it right away. So congrats on him. Again, if I had the money, I would have done that as well. Some of you might make the argument, okay, if this is so undervalued, why not sell some more stock for it? And I probably should have. The stocks that I have more than enough time to buy in the future. They're not going anywhere. But with the amount of people and money coming into Pokemon, something that there's not a lot of, especially Charizard first edition base is something that is just going to continue to grow, even though there's been a 40% reduction in first edition PSA 9 Charizard. That is temporary, and I'm 100% okay with the retrace. And if it goes below $30,000, I will sell more of my stock in order to get that card, because that's stupid undervalued, in my opinion. Because one, I just paid 60 grand for one, and two, the PSA 10 hasn't changed. The first edition PSA 10 that hasn't changed. The next one that's going to buy is probably going to be for $250,000. So this is something that there is retraces in some things. Things are settling. They're consolidating, and I told the guy that said, like, hey, listen, it's nice of you to say that, yeah, $15,000 for a card, but guess what? People are literally offering it for 12 grand, 10 grand, and this sold for 8,500. And I said, listen, I think a first edition PSA 10 Blaine's Charizard is worth $15,000 because of these reasons. Boom, boom, boom. And I listed them. Said the Chavez formula for this is that a 10 will sell for 5 to 8 times what the 9 is selling for. Exception for that would just be shining cards, because they're easier to grade. They're usually only about double. But in extreme cases, for most of these WotC first edition holos, you'll have cards that are selling for 10 times what the 9 is, and cards selling 3 times what the 9 is. Those are extreme cases. And if there's any above 10 what the 9 is, or below of what 10x what the 9 is, or below 3x what the 9 is, then you have something that's either undervalued or overvalued. And if this card is selling for not even double for what the PSA 9 is selling for, stupid undervalued. The only reason that it's not selling for that right now is because people have some sticker shock. They're just like, listen, this card was $3,800 6 months ago. Why? There's no reason it should be $15,000 now. A lot of money coming in, and there's also a lot of product. There's a lot of people looking to sell those cards, whether they're flippers, or people are like, you know what, I'm cashing out. So there's a lot of supply for the product, and there is demand, but people have that sticker shock right now. They just don't want a public sale hasn't happened yet for more than $8,500, which was bought today. Now, there is one on auction, which is like $8,600 on auction right now. So already it's higher than last. So I think I bid up like 7 grand on that. Yeah, so this is something that will probably reach the 10K mark. It'll probably reach just under what the lowest on eBay is at that time. So it's something where, again, I probably should have gotten this. I just didn't have enough money, didn't want to sell stocks to get it. I believe that that's what I said, $15,000 just based on where the 9 is. But again, if somebody offers me $20,000 for one of mine, I'm going to say no. Like, I'm not selling that. And I have 6 of them. It's not like that's my only one. I have 6, and I wouldn't sell for that price. The only time I would is if someone were to, hey, Dandel, hey, he's back. Oh. The only time I would is if someone, let's say, would offer 25 grand to me right now for one. I was like, okay, I'll sell that one, then buy another one for 15 grand, like that. But if there's no others out there on the market and they offer me 20, even 25, it's like, I don't think I can. Like I said, I had it up there for 20 grand, and I didn't even have or best offer thing. I was like, you know what? I'm too afraid someone's just going to buy this, so I took it off because I don't want to sell at that price. Moving on from the Gym Challenge set, we have Rocket set. Only one is Dark Charizard, first edition PSA 9, sold for $2,475. Again, Dark Charizard has double the amount in the pop report that Blaine's Charizard does. So it is very wanted still. It's just there's a lot more supply of there. There's over 1,000 PSA 9 copies, so there's a lot. Neo Destiny, Shining Charizard, first edition PSA 10. It is a record price point at $22,700, but this was a very, very, very poor copy. It had almost looked like little holes in it. I don't know how this got a 10. It was very, very poor grade. I would have honestly given it an 8. Either way, it still sold for $22,700, record price point by about 7 grand. So figure about a 50% increase. And you're looking at, we have one on auction right now that's already at 20 grand. I haven't taken a good look at that yet. That one and the Shining Charizard, or not, the Gold Star Charizard should be about the same. And the Gold Star Charizard right now, that current bid is at $30,000. I don't know what that's going to get to. We'll see. Fossil, we had 2. We had Hitmonlee, first edition PSA 9, sold for $330. And a Ditto, first edition PSA 9, had a little bit of a retrace. We were seeing around $300, $330. This one sold for $246. I didn't take a good look at it, so maybe it was a week 9. I don't know. Fossil is one of those things that I think are going to keep growing. Even Ditto, which are easy to grade and have a lot of supply of them. Promos. We have a Grand Party promo. I don't know why this says PSA 10 because it's only PSA 9. PSA 9 sold for $1,450. This is something where I had, in part of a trade, part of the Trophy Kangaskhan deal, given it to the guy I was buying the Trophy Kangaskhan from. PSA 10 at that time for $1,350. Now the 9 is selling for $1,450. Probably should have kept a hold of it. But it was part of the deal, part of the trade. There's promos like that. They're like soft trophy cards. Incredible artwork. They look beautiful. And there's not a lot of them. Neo Genesis. All right, so we have a Lugia, first edition PSA 7, sold for $1,235. The Lugias are not seeing a huge increase the way the Charizards were because there's so much supply out there right now. There's like, you type in Lugia first edition PSA and then search into eBay, there's going to be like well over 100 things out there, ranging from 6 to 10, BGS 9.5s and all that. Slow King, first edition PSA 8, sold for $143. It's a good price. And this Slow King, I think, is undervalued. It's a good price right now because we don't have a 10 that sold. A 10 could sell tomorrow. A 10 could not sell for another 3 years because there's so few of them. Once it does, the 8s and 9s are going to skyrocket. Mark my words on that. That is it for today. For the Pokemon sales data. I love you all. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. I don't know why I'm talking like Jenna Marbles. I miss her so much. All right, I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.